Hi everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping, and I wanted to tell you about the Bug Out Bag Weekend. Now, Mike from Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival put this event on. You can check out his YouTube channel, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, and his Facebook page. It was both Saturday and Sunday, but I only went for Saturday to spend the day. I drove 3 hours along all the back roads and through some nice little towns, and I would say towards the end, it was miles and miles, and there wasn't even a gas station in sight. It looked like a lot of farmland. But you know, when I arrived, people came out to greet me and made me feel really welcome. So here's the picture of the sign-in tent and a few other things. The people were great. Now, I don't have anybody close to me who preps or even thinks about prepping or believes that any of this stuff is going to happen. So I really just wanted to go to meet people who actually prep and think about all of this stuff. Most of my friends think that nothing will ever happen to us. Everything's going to be okay. And I would bet many of my viewers here are in the same boat, that their spouses are against prepping, their friends are, and you feel kind of alone. So it was nice to meet people who are into prepping and know what is going on around the world. And you know, some of my friends even said to me, "Are you really going? You're really going alone? Don't go." I have no idea why they didn't want me to go, but I went. Now, I counted before I left about 40 people down where we were having a talk, and I think there were more up in the tent area, the camping area. And of those 40 people, I'd say about a third were women, and there were a few children. Now, when I looked at the video that Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival put up, he said that about 65 people came. But they were all age groups. They were from a few that I noticed: Connecticut, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, and I'm sure there were probably other states. So camping was set up in the woods behind the sign-in tent, and I wish I had taken a few more pictures of the tents for you. I met two nice women who had never camped out and really had never really set up a tent. The one lady set it up in her living room the day before so she'd know how to do it. So I kind of helped them a little bit, but I've never set up a tent myself. So it was the three of us doing it, and they did a really good job of it and got the tent up. Now, you had to bring everything in that you would need. You had to bring your water, your food, your mosquito repellent, the tents, the sleeping bags. But you know, I never even thought to bring a chair, but they did have a few spare ones. We had a talk by an EMT on Stop the Bleed, and he talked about using tourniquets correctly. And here's a picture of Mike from Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival putting the tourniquet on. He said don't buy a cheap one. And then he showed us how to pack a wound using gauze. So it was pretty neat. At least we learned a little bit there. And then this next picture here, this is a guy who made a device to pump water from a pond, send it up to his campsite, and you could use it for showering and drinking, and he didn't have to haul the water then. And there were some filters in this contraption, so it was interesting. I missed the talk on radios. I had gone home. I didn't know when they were going to have that. And then they had a campfire that night. That would have been kind of fun to sit around the campfire with everybody. And I heard they stayed up till about 3 a.m. talking. They had items hidden all over the campsite that you could go and find and keep. The angry prepper, Jason, was there. It was very nice to meet him in person. There was a wealth of knowledge in this group. I talked to a plumber who told me what to look for in a solar generator to run my well, the pump on my well. And then someone helped the two women find a spot to set up their tent. He said, always look up and see if there are any dead limbs that could fall in the wind and don't set up there. Now, you see, I'm not a camper, so I never would have thought to look up. But just little things like that. It was an interesting group of people. Everyone was friendly and nice. I told them I'm just here for the day. I didn't bring a sleeping bag or a tent. And a couple people told me, don't worry, we have an extra tent you could use. But I only stayed for the day. I really didn't stay that long because I didn't want to drive home in the dark. You know, you get older, you just don't like driving in the dark. Made it home safely. I would recommend that if you ever hear of a group that's getting together like this, you should go and talk to them because it will show you that you're not alone in the prepping and that you can really find out some interesting things these people have to say. So I'm kind of looking forward to the next one that they have. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and let us know in the comments if you've ever been to one of these.